Alright, stands to reason I'm going to be putting up quite a few videos. And I wanted to accomplish something with this one. I went out and it was raining, far too muddy. But with this video here, I want to accomplish something a little different. Usually don't do a cleanup. Great thumb scraper, just to start off with. And the reason I'm doing this with a different background that's blue is because today, now these have been cleaned and they're in the water down there. You're going to see the real color of these. These are all real great pieces down here. We're going to take a look at those to see what I was able to pull out today and save. Of course, these don't change color with the water, so I figured I'd keep them right out. Whew, the blue makes my hands look super red. I'm a red skin anyway. Great little piece of stone because we know what it's used for. For those of you out there that just started collecting, they use this to clean hides. All sorts of animals. Real big deal. Real big deal to me. I love those thumb scrapers. And sugar quartz. And then very small. You can see this here. Just shy of an inch. We're just taking a look at these points here. And like I said, I had to watch out for everything from sinkholes to double sinkholes. It was bad. And rain. So I really couldn't get this out and film these. But these are fantastic pieces that I'm going to show you in a second here. Not to mention these. And quickly, let me take a pause. Within this last week, this box here is what I consider koi pond material. Absolutely great. Rhyolite and quartz. Some of this stuff you've seen go by you in the film. And sure, a lot of it, there's nothing wrong with it. They are quantified. I've counted them all, and great artifacts. They make a great rock garden. Some of you have seen that. You can find it going back in time in the videos. So at the same time, this whole box would be available to anybody that wants it if you just stepped up and said, I want it all. The only limitation I have, as many of you know, look at the base here for this Guilford. I'm sorry, I'm fumbling around with it. The only limitation I have here is, with the rock being rock, is postage. Because I've got this box. Great pottery. You've seen it before, some of you who are regulars. Look at the contrast of the pottery on top of each other. You can never get enough of that. I mean, just check that out. And then I keep my scrapers over here. This stuff you're looking at, it's all ready to go. And this big stone looks like a piece of that jade flint spall or rob that they made that banner stone that I have out of. It's sort of a quartz. It's heavy. I'm talking a nice piece of stone. Don't find that kind of stone around here. They worked it off, but it must be really tough stuff, and a natural crystal module face on that. Like crystals are formed. Could have been a big crystal module. But it is that green. It's crazy. Crazy. You guys remember that banner stone that I have? It definitely looks like that's a very similar stone to it. Scrapers. So, you guys are out there. A lot of this stuff's ready to go. I mean, look at these points. These are absolutely great C3s. Perfect in every way. Nothing broken about these points. And as I said, I've just made certain decisions about what I'm going to put in my display and what I'm not, what's ready to move, and what I'm willing to part with and what I'm not. And so you can even see LaCroix down there. Quartz pieces. Just great stuff. So just keep that in mind. And if you're new, just drop me a little note or check out my email. Drop me a note there and we'll get you set up. Now, if I don't fall down here. this. Let's finish this up. I know there's a lot of videos that preceded this, but you won't see any of the artifacts in this video that were in those. This is the last one following up. Look at these artifacts that I was able to save today. It's going to be a little different because I'm going to go in here and get a couple. And they're wet, but look at the effect. Of course my hands are red as can be, but maybe we'll get the natural color. There we go. With the water. Now Flint's ball, you do it on red all the time, but there we go. Marble Mountains. Somebody had put a note on there that around my region and what have you, there's just so many. Marble Mountain was such a common point for them to find. Sure was. Look at the color in it. And this was all from today out at Site 5. I'm just grabbing some. Look at this Guilford. Yuma. So I don't do a lot of cleanups. I wanted to do something a little bit different. Look at the edge on that. That would have been a great big Guilford. It's the only broken one that I have in here. Look at this piece. You see what color that rhyolite is when it's wet? Different kind of cleanup. And that's how they were out there. I mean, but they're a muddy, wet mess. And, you know, I made the effort to get through the mud and what have you, and it's worth it. Because I'm completely honored to put a save on these things. Some of these will find a new home, some will not. Oh, look at these. I'm just going to show you this first, and there's, of course, there's a big point there. A couple smokers. Look at this unique point. It's never over until you leave the dirt. Today, honestly, 15 yards from my car. And they did try to just do a little reworking on the tip. Sure wish they did. Wish they cleaned it up for me, but I can't get anal. I think it did break again or what have you. And I mean anal because my mind is caught in a 7mm Remington mag. You can produce 1,000 shells and they look exactly the same, perfectly balanced. That's the kind of bullets we use. But these have character. I like this piece. I don't find it's unique. And after finding quite a few artifacts, I can tell if a piece is unique. That is a unique piece. Love it. And like I said, I was just keeping my eyes peeled, even thinking about the fact that it's never over until you step off the dirt. And that came on out. Now, a couple more pieces here. Wet as can be. Look at this. Holy cow, right? What a day. What a day. Now, Florence made a mess of everything, but that was good. In certain fields, that was really good. Beaver Point, which is what many of these are, and the Lookout. Rhyolite. I was waiting and trying to figure out a way to do a video out in the field. I usually like to film out in the mud and dirt, and this is rare, so might as well just go for it. Look at that piece. It's a nice point, isn't it? So as we round out the time here, I won't take too much time. One of my favorites right here is this Marble Mountain. Really great piece. At the Lookout. It's nice, isn't it? So I guess all in all, everybody, consider what I say. And just wanted to share those. It's a pretty strong day for me. Very strong day. I mean, but I'm pretty warped because in the last 48 hours or so, I brought in, or maybe, 92 hours, but he couldn't get out during the hurricane. 72 artifacts, maybe about 18 pieces that I'm thinking about keeping. Probably end up around 10. and which will leave about 54 to 60 that I will find a new home for. It's just the way I've got to roll, and as many of you know, it just in some ways helps me stay humble. Don't give up out there. Hope you find